Alrighty guys, so yesterday you were supposed to write these problems down in your notebook and you were supposed to use these as practice, and then today you were coming back and you were going to see if you solve them correctly. So number 1 is 12.3 times 8. So once again, as I said yesterday, I set up an imaginary little line, okay? And I just stack them right up next to the line. So I've got 12.3 times 8. All right, well, 12.3 times 8. 8 times 3 is 24, carry 2. 8 times 2 is 16, plus 2 is 18, carry 1. 8 times 1 is 8, plus 1 is 9. And now I have to remember to count how many numbers are behind a decimal point. And so when I look at this whole problem, all of this I have to look at. How many numbers are behind the decimal point? Just the 3. So that means my decimal point goes right here because I just have to move it one spot. Okay, number 2. Same thing, I have an imaginary line in my head. 14.51 times 5. And notice I usually tend to like to put the longer number on top. It just makes it easier. It's less lines of math. If you put the smaller number, you're going to have to do a lot of zeros in there. So tend to always try and put the bigger number on top. Okay, so let me just make that decimal so you can see it good. Okay. All right, so 5 times 1 is 5. 5 times 5 is 25, carry the 2. 5 times 4 is 20, plus 2 is 22, carry the 2. And 5 times 1 is 5, plus 2 is 7. And then once again, I'm going to count how many numbers are behind a decimal. I have 1, 2 on the first line and none on the second line. So 2 numbers are behind the decimal. From the right, I go 1, 2, and there's my decimal. Okay, next one. 0.88. Again, I have an imaginary line. I don't have to draw it if I can keep my number straight. 9 times 8 is 72. Carry the 7. 9 times 8 is 72, plus 7 is 79. Carry the 7. And 9 times 0 is 0, plus 7 is 7. Then I count how many numbers. 1, 2, none here. 1, 2, there's my decimal. All right, for number 4, a quarter is 1.75 millimeters thick. How thick is a stack of 1,000 quarters? So essentially I need to know that I am doing 1.75 times 1,000. And hopefully you remembered the base 10 rule. And you said, oh, let me count my zeros. 1, 2, 3. And you're going to move your decimal to the right 3 times. 1, 2, 3. You're putting your decimal here. Well, you have a blank here now. There's no number here, so you put a 0. So the answer is 1,750. Okay, number 5. I've got 9.04 times 2.7. 7 times 4, is 28. 7 times 0 is 0, plus 2 is 2. Oh my goodness. 7 times 9 is 63. There we go. Next line, 0 to hold my place. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 0 is 0. 2 times 9 is 18. Got to add both lines. 8, 10 carry the 1. 1 and 3 is 4. 6 and 8 is 14, plus 1, carry the 1, and that is 2. Okay, now how many numbers are behind my decimal? 1, 2, 3. So I come over here, 1, 2, 3. 24.408. Okay, last one. 1.785 times 0.2. Make sure you don't just put times 2. Okay, 2 times 5 is 10. Carry 1. 2 times 8 is 16. Plus 1 is 17. Carry 1. 2 times 7 is 14. Plus 1 is 15. Carry 1. 2 times 1 is 2. Plus 1 is 3. And now I'm going to count my decimals. 1, 2, 3, 4. From the end. 1, 2, 3, 4. Point, and remember we like to put a 0 in between in front of an empty decimal. 0.3570 is my answer. Okay, guys, if you did not get them correct, why don't you go ahead and try writing them on another piece of paper and try solving them again now that you've seen me do it, and see if you can get the right answers.